What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Building Amazing Things. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create this wonderful UI, and we are going to be doing the responsive aspect of this design. We are going to be creating the mobile version as well as the web version of this. So if you're new to this channel, kindly hit on the red subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I create a new video on this channel. So having said that, let's get started. So guys, let's get our hand dirty, get a coffee, get a drink, take something and relax as I walk you through on creating this UI design. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you're just seeing this video for the first time. So I have my Figma open here. I'm going to use Figma for this design, and this project doesn't have a name. It's a new file which I've opened. So I'll go ahead and give this project a name. I'll say car lot. Then I'll add a frame. I'll choose a desktop frame of MacBook Pro, and remember I'm going to be doing both the mobile and the desktop version. So what I'm going to do now is also add a frame for the desktop for the mobile version. So for the phone I'm going to use iPhone 11 Pro. So I have the mobile frame and the desktop frame. Good, awesome. So next, what I'll do is, usually when you want to design a UI, you already have a wireframe, which is the low fidelity wireframe which you have created, or the low fidelity design which you have. Then you create it from them. I'm not going to be doing that now. In my subsequent videos, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually start up a UI and a UX project. I'll show you how to get projects from freelancers and how to go about it. So for this project, I'm just going to be showing you how to make this UI and show you some tips in this design. Then later videos, I'll show how to come up with wireframes and do your designs. So now I have these two basic setup, which is the desktop and the iPhone frame. Now I need colors for this, and guys, I found out a recent tool online. It is called colors.io. Let me go there. This is colors.io. So when you go to your browser, colors.io, you get to this platform. So what this platform does is that it gives you colors theming that you can use in your design. You can see that some designs have one basically there are types of colors which are being used in designs. These are color palettes that makes designs look awesome. So guys, check it out, colors.co, and in this design I'm going to use one of the templates of this color to work with. So what I will do is I'll go to explore. When I go to explore, I see trending colors people are using, trending palettes people are using. So this is a nice color palette. For this video I used let me see if I'm going to see that. Okay, I used the gray color palette for this, so I'm trying to see if I'm going to see that. Let me see. So should in case I don't see that, you can go ahead and select your own color palette. I've already done that. So what you just do, if you're selecting this very one, you just click on the palette, click here and click view palette. So you see the colors for the different palettes and you can get the codes and use it in your design. So that's an awesome tip which I've given out in this video. So go out and check colors.co and use it. Nice. So in my design now, back to my design, I have an image which I want to use for this design. So I'll share the resources with you guys. So let me get the image. So I'll drag this image into my design. So this is the image I want to use for this design. So next thing I want to do is from my color palette, I will choose a color for the background of this website. So I will just simply go ahead and copy the color and add the color here. So this is the color for the design. Meanwhile, I want to change the background color of my artboard, so I'm changing it to white so I can see what I have. So I'm also adding this color to this phone frame, so we could see that. So I'm going to rename this to website and rename that of the frame to mobile. So I have my image. Don't worry about the resources. I'm going to share the link to this project so you can work with it and try stuff which I've done. Then that's okay. I'll need a title, like a logo and a title to this project. But before I do that, I need to add my grid line. Grid line helps me to arrange content on my website. So I'm going to select column. Usually website goes with 12, just like Bootstrap. So I'm going to set a margin of 100, and that's okay. So I'm going to turn off this grid line so I could see what I have on my canvas. And next I'm going to select the text tool, and I'm going to increase the font size to 24, and I'll type the name of this website, which is Cast Lot. And actually there's a color which I'm going to pick from the palette, so I'm going to put that color here. And what next? I'm going to increase this to the medium and set the font type to the Pompeii. Okay, that's fine. Let me zoom in so you can see what I have here. This is the name of the website. I have also downloaded a logo, SVG logo for car. So you could get that logo from Font Awesome. Just open your browser, fontawesome.com. So I'm also going to change the color for this to this, and I'm going to resize it. Let's say down to 21. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take it here, and I'm going to turn the grid line on so I get my car and the name of the website close to each other here. Okay, that's fine. So I'll turn off the grid line. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a search, because this project is basically a website where cars are being sold. So in case a user wants to search for a car, so I'm going to right click and use this plugin which is called Feather Icons. And once I click on Feather Icons, you could just go to Font Awesome, download just the way I downloaded the car. My Feather Icons is yet to open. So before that, okay, right, open. So I'll search for search. Now click on search, and I'll drag the search into the website frame, and here's it. I'm going to change the color to the color I have. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Another thing I want to do is I'm going to set let's say if you want to change the language, so I'm going to highlight this and set English, and I'm going to use another font. So let me go to plugin, Feather Icons, and arrow. So I'm going to select this font. This is called Chevron Down. So I'm taking it inside the website. I'm going to close that, and I'll bring it close here, and I'm going to change the color as well, and that's okay. So next thing, I will select each and every element here and use my alignment tool at the top and align vertical centers, and that's okay. So I'm going to turn on my grid line and look at this properly aligned, and this as well properly aligned. So I'm going to leave 1, 2, and take this to start from here. So I'll select everything, centered, align, and then I'll use my Command G or Control G and to group it on the keyboard. Then I'm going to call this the header. So pretty nice. This look awesome already. So what next? think I'm going to move this a little bit, and I think this is okay. That's okay, and I'll move it to the top a little bit. Fine. So next I want to do is I want to give more description to this. I want to know the price, I want to know the year, I want to know the mileage when it has been used, I want to know the brand and the type of product. So I'm going to add a rectangle to the bottom, and from the color palette I already have a color I want to use, so I'm going to copy that color and paste it here, and I'm going to reduce this a little bit. Also I want to add more design to this. I'm going to set the height to 5, and I also have a color which I want to use, so I'm going to pick this color. I'm going to copy this color and use it on this, so I'm going to paste this here, and I'll drag it to the bottom here. Just a kind of a design. So, and what next? What I need to do now is more description of the text, so of the car. So we need to know what the type is, and what the year it was produced, and what the mileage is, and maybe a link to see more details about the car. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of duplicate this down here, and I'm going to give this this car brand is called Mercedes-Benz, and I'm going to change it to bold, and the color I want to use, I think that's the color. So I'm going to increase this a little bit, increase it, and increase this too as well. So I'm going to take the Mercedes up a little bit. So I need more description, what type of Mercedes this car is. So I'm going to describe more. So and take this out, and remember I have a color palette I make use of, so you could go check color palettes and decide which one you want to use. So there's a great color palette, and I'm selecting this and I'm making it 18. So more description to this car should be C-Class 2020. Awesome. So I'm going to group this, and I'll duplicate it for more details. So yeah, I'm going to sell the mileage. The mileage should be could just give it any mileage, and it should be for mileage of the car. So I'm also going to duplicate this, and this should be the year the car was made. So this car is 2020, and this description should be here. So I'm going to select this and use auto layout. Auto layout helps me to arrange my content very well. So to add auto layout, use Shift A. So I've added auto layout to this. If you look at this, you see auto layout added. So I'm going to drag this to the top, and I'll turn on my grid line. So I'm going to set it to start from the beginning of this grid line. Awesome. So I'll turn off the grid line, and I think this is okay. What next I need to do is the spacing between each of these elements in the auto layout. So I'm going to reduce it to, let's say, 120. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to copy this, and I'll paste it, and this should give me, in case I want to see more details, so I'll say full details. I want to see more details about the car, so I'm going to set this to set me bold. And what next? We'll come back to this, And what I want to do next is I want to know the price of this, so I'm going to duplicate this. I want to know the price of the car, so I'm going to set this to 36 and set to bold. So this car, I don't know how much this car should worth, but I'm just going to use random figures for it. I don't think it should worth up to $1 million. So I'm going to set this at this price, and then I want it to also start at this point. Then I will duplicate this to get the description of the location where this car is. So I'm going to set this to semi-bold, and from my color palette, I'm going to pick a color which I'm going to use for that. Remember, I don't want this to be more visible than the price. So this location of this car is in Las Vegas, and there we could choose to reduce this more, and I have this. Okay, awesome. So you could see the color is different from the text, and the text size is also different, so that will make the price to stand out. That's what everyone wants to see on the website. The price is more important than the location, so that is it. So next thing I want to do is assuming I have multiple cars to show, so I will have a navigation to show multiple cars. So I'm going to create that with an eclipse, and set this eclipse to be 60 by 60. And I'm going to pick the color for the eclipse. Remember the color palette I told you guys about. Just open it, select a color you want to use. And I'm going to create like an arrow down. So I'll quickly do that with my rectangle. Or we can just use the plugin. Go to plugins, fader icon, and here's it. Fine. So I'll drag this into the website and bring it here. And there's a color I want to use for that from my color palette. So I'm going to paste that color here. So I'm going to select that and change the color. And I could edit this. I want this to be more lengthy. What really happened? Stop moving. And okay, done. Can reduce this a little bit, then select both the arrow and the eclipse and use my alignment to set them equally. So I'll group them and say button BTN down. So that's cool. And I'll have to select this and turn on the grid line so I could see my alignment. I want to align it in the middle of this. Good. And this should also be at the middle as well. I'll select both and use my alignment to make it more aligned. So what next I'm going to do now is I'll turn off the grid line, and I'm going to add another icon. Let me look for that icon and for feather icon, and I'm going to use arrow up. Okay, this is what I need. So I'll bring it into the website frame and drag it to the top here. I should have a color for that, and I'll copy the color and make sure I add that color here so it stands out well. So if I zoom in, you can see what I have. So I can as well duplicate these details, and maybe we have just, this is the first this is the first product. So you can have tons of products. So when you click on the up and down, it's kind of interchange between the different cars which are available for sale. So I'm going to select this tree and use auto layout on it, and I'm going to make sure it aligns properly on the middle, and that's fine. So I can interchange within various car. So I think I should reduce this a little bit, and that's okay. So I also need like a description here. So I'm going to add more icon, and this time around I'm going to select this icon, and I'll drag it into the website and bring in here, and I'll change the color to exactly the color palette I'm using. So I'm also going to make a line between, and set that line to 2 and change the color of the line as well. Click on done, and select everything I have here and group it. Fine. So I'm going to select these two and make it center aligned so it looks nice. I think this full details I need to reduce it to medium and take it up a little bit from the line, and make the line to start from this point to that point. Okay, great. If you have this is awesome. So you could do more, and you could do more nice things with this. So our next thing I want to do is I need to add a shadow behind this. I need to add some shadow behind this car so it makes it looks more real. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an eclipse and have something like this. Meanwhile, I'm going to lock the car so that the car is not movable. Just click on the lock, and I'm going to send this to the back of the car. Then I have a color which I want to use for that from my color palettes. So I'm going to get the color. Hold on a second. Okay, now I have the color, so I'll just paste the color here, and I'm going to set a few, let's say radical. You can't really see that but it's really there. If you look closely, you could see that there's a kind of shadow that goes here. So you could as well decide to increase the shadow so you see what you have. So I think this is better now. So it makes it more realistic. So I'm going to place that here. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to design the mobile version also as well. So in case you're doing a responsive design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the car logo and the name of the product. So I'm going to bring it in here. But this time around, I'm going to reduce this to 18. Let me zoom in so you can see, and then reduce this to 18 as well. So I'm going to bring this closer here, and I'm going to take the icon also here, and I'm going to reduce the icon to 18 as well. So we'll have this. So I'll select both of them and align center. Then I'm going to select the mobile and add a frame so that I can add a grid layout grid so I can arrange my content very well. So I'm going to use 6 and use a margin of 30. So awesome. So I'm going to then set it on this line and set the car towards the beginning. Awesome. So I'm going to turn off the grid line. Pretty good. So I want to select the car. It's locked, so I can't pick it, so I'll unlock it, and I'll drag the car into this grid and reduce it. Awesome. So I think this is okay. So next I want to do is I'm going to take the price and the location, so duplicate it here as well. So what I'm going to do is to reduce this to 24 and as well reduce this to 14, and I'm going to make it center align, and I'll take it to the top here. So the next element I want to bring in is this, so I'm going to select everything here and bring it here, and bring it into this frame, and I'm going to reduce the spacing between each of the elements in the auto layout. I'm going to reduce it to let's say 60, 60 no good, 40, 30, and let's try 30. So next thing I want to do, I'll select the text and reduce each text to 18. So I'll do that for this as well, and I'll also do that for this as well. So for this, I'm going to reduce it to 14, and also reduce this to 14, and also reduce this to 14. Awesome. So I'll turn on the grid line by selecting the frame and turning on the grid line. So I'll add more to this auto layout, let's say 40 spacing, okay, 38 or 37. Okay, that's awesome. So I'll turn off the grid line and I'll set this way. The next I want to do, I'm going to select this and bring it in here, and I'm going to rotate it. How do I rotate this? I'm going to rotate it 180, not 180, 60, not 60, 90. Okay, 90 is fine. So I'm going to drag it in here, and I'm going to rotate this back to 0 and reduce this a little bit so it looks natural on the mobile. So if you have this is awesome. Let me know in the comment section what you already think about this design, and if you have any suggestion, any question on this, it's already looking very awesome. This is a great design. Hold on, don't leave this video. There's more to it. You're going to learn the animation part of it, and that animation part of it is awesome. So let's finish up the mobile, what we have with the mobile. So what I'm going to do now is to add a button for the full details. I want to get for full details, so I'll turn on the grid line and select my rectangle tool, and I'm going to start from this point to this point and add a corner radius, and I'll turn off the grid line, and I'm going to select this color, and I'm going to give it this color and bring it to the top a little bit. So I'm going to, let's say, duplicate this text here, and I have a color for the text. I'm going to select that from my color palette, and I'm going to paste it here, and the text should be full details. Awesome. So I'm going to increase this way and increase the text to this point, and also do this to this point. Then I'm going to set the properties to align middle and align center. Fine. Awesome. So what next I want to do is I'm going to do some alignment. So I'm going to group this and select everything and properly align them, and maybe take them to the top a little bit and do some alignment. Awesome. So this is pretty nice, and what's wrong with this? So I'm going to fix this, and okay, awesome. So I'm going to group both of them so you don't have such issue. Call it BTN mobile. Okay, awesome. This is really nice. This is great, and this is a great UI which we have done in few minutes. So don't go anywhere, keep commenting and tell me what you think. And my next video, I'm going to be using XD. That's what I want to use in my next video. I want to use XD. I've already installed XD. So we're going to try out XD and see the features of XD and see if XD is better than Figma or Figma is better than XD. If you have experience about XD, you could tell me in the comment section. Let me know what you think about XD versus Figma. So now what I'm going to do is this is nice, this is awesome, this is looking great, the mobile version and the web version. So this is a responsive design. So whoever is developing this should develop different version for the mobile, and you could go ahead and create for multiple screens, maybe like say tablet or televisions or watches. You could design for it. So that's awesome. So what I will do now is I'm going to duplicate this. I want to use this for the animation, so I'm going to duplicate it downward this way. And I'm going to rotate this. Use your Shift H to rotate. Also, you can see the rotation. So I've rotated this, and I'm going to lock this and select this way. Awesome. So I've rotated this. So remember, I use Shift H to rotate it. So now we're creating the animation. So what I will do now is I'll select this website and go to the prototype. So I want it to go to this, and that should be an after delay of, let's say, 3000 milliseconds. So it's going to be Smart Animate. Awesome. And it should have a delay of 3000 milliseconds as well. So I'm also going to do that for this other frame. It should go to this one as well, and that should be after a delay of 3000 milliseconds, and it should be Smart Animate of also as well 3000 milliseconds. So that's awesome. That's pretty okay. So you could go ahead and design more screen for different vehicles and different colors, different color themes. Remember checking out color.io to see different themes, and you could just click on it and use the color palette. Okay, this is what I'm using. I've seen it, so let me open it. I'll open it so you could see the various color I'm using. This look awesome. The color matchings are great. So if you need idea of what colors to use, you could use this for it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run this prototype, and let's see what we'll have. So guys, this is the prototype. It's after delay, and you get to see the car kind of changing different sides. So if you have different size of screen, you could just use the different images for the different sides of the car. But for now, I just have one image, so I just had to do that. And you could do more on this button. You could add a situation where it gets to other various cars with other details, the year, the type of car, and this is just pretty nice, and it's awesome. You understand in this video that you know what color palette is. You could see the background shade inside. You could see how the background moves. Very interesting. This is awesome. This is awesome. If you watched this video from the beginning to now, I want to say thank you. Give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new to this channel, and also follow me at Instagram. If you have not followed me on Instagram, follow me at Instagram at HygienistUK. I'm very active there, and see you guys in the next video. I really appreciate. I'm trying to reach 2000 subscribers. You can as well share these videos to your loved ones. Share it. Let me get to 2000 subscribers. I'll be very happy, and thank you very much.